Wait, I have a serious proposition in question for you, and
Yeah.
I think that you're the only person that can answer this. And I brought up this discussion on Twitter the other day and got some feedback.
Yeah.
So the other night, I got a little, intoxicated, and I was like, "What am I going to watch?" And what do you think I put on? Guess.
Minority Report?
No, I put on Terminator 2.
You. By the way, you phrase that question as if like, how can Ralph get that question?
I was hoping you were going to say something ridiculous, but I put on Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Do you want to try it again? You want me to say something
Yeah.
ridiculous?
What? No, I don't.
No, do it.
What movie did I watch, Ralph?
Ernest Goes to Camp.
No, I watched that yesterday though.
By the way, I know that you're kidding, but there's a good chance you're not kidding.
So.
I got grounded once, and my dad took my Ernest Goes to Camp movie away.
I was watching Terminator 2, and I had a big conundrum. So the scene specifically that I was bothered by, and I've had this discussion with people before, is that when Arnold Schwarzenegger walks into the bar, you know the scene I'm talking, when he first walks in the bar, and
it's early in the movie.
Your clothes, your shoes, give them to me. He's ass naked, and when he walks in the bar, the first person he sees is this woman bartender, and she looks him up and down. And when she looks down at his genitals, she smiles. So she's impressed. So that would imply that the Terminator has a big dick, correct?
Yes.
She wouldn't smile. Okay, so
yes.
Now a Terminator, the T800 or T101 Cyberdyne system, Series 4.
Shut up.
It's a human. It's living, growing tissue over a metal exoskeleton. How does the Terminator's dick work? Does he constantly have an erection?
A hydraulic system.
But how would it appear flaccid? So is he always rocking a fucking
okay,
boner?
So this is what I think it is. I think inside where there would be a reservoir for like oil, coolant, or whatever, it contains a hydraulic fluid. When the situation arises, there's an elaborate pump and balance system, pressure system that pumps it into the genitals, gives him the erection. He does whatever he needs to do with it, and then. And it probably is loud and probably it goes down.
His dick makes a noise.
Yeah, kind of like a crane.
So then when I ended up going on, I watched all the Terminator movies, and then I watched Terminator 3, and there's the scene with the female Terminator where she makes her tits bigger. So that would probably elaborate on that.
Yeah, they perfected it. That's a double hydraulic system.
You think his dick could just flop around like flaccid? And what about his ball? How do his balls work?
They're just decoration.
They're just decoration, but do they like? Could you give a Terminator like a hand job?
I think it's a battery system. It's probably a battery.
This is like, it really bugs me that
you could,
but because I would think if you look at everything else, everything is rock solid. He takes off when he cuts his arm off. It's obviously metal and looks crazy.
It's probably some sort of like spongy. I'd say industrial.
So you're telling me Skynet became so aware that it knew how to properly create a genital system?
Yes.
Skynet went live.
Yeah.
So there were some other things that pissed me off. That it's my favorite action movie of all time. But
does he need to take shits?
I don't think so. But this is the other one that bothered me. When the two Terminators are going to find John Connor in the mall, and Arnold's walking.
Does the Terminator need to get plugged in?
Like charge?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think because they have that it's almost like a nuclear system in them that can explode.
So they probably do need to get waste heat off somehow. So he probably does shit radioactive waste and piss it out. And so I think that they
actually. So you're telling me Terminator took place in Flint, Michigan? Yeah, just right into the water.
There's just these glowing yellow turds behind him as he's running.
So this is the other thing that bothered me. So we know the Terminator can't be reasoned with. He doesn't use logic. Why did Arnold's Terminator know that he can't just walk into a mall with a shotgun? So he went and bought a box of roses to put the shotgun in. And where did he get the currency to buy the roses? Or did he just steal them? Which again, I think I
think that they foresaw this when they send him back. So they gave him about $10.99.
But they couldn't send anything back. You can't send anything dead back.
That's right. They gave him a PIN number and he went to the bank?
But the logical thing here would be is that he stole it, just like he stole guns in the first one. But that means that he had the thought process to then... He's like, I can't walk around with the shotgun, when in the first one he walked around and killed whatever.
Well, he was a bad guy in the first one.
Yeah, of course. And then he knew that he had to put it in a box of roses because the roses are the only thing that could fit his 12-gauge shotgun. I don't know. There's as much as I think it's the greatest action movie of all time, there are some major plot holes, and I need to get in touch with James Cameron and also get to the bottom of the Termadick.
Yeah, I think this is a hot issue. I think people have, it's been all over Twitter, the Terminator 2 conundrum, for this movie that came out, 25 years ago?
Terminator 2 was 1991, so Yeah.
26.
And what's amazing for that movie, despite all these
By the way, I
years,
agree with you. I think it's the best action movie.
I think it's the most complete action movie, and the first one is in its own right. They might be it could arguably be the greatest first and second movies next to The Godfather of all time.
In that genre.
But honestly, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, you could argue The Godfather 1 and 2, Aliens, Star Wars, Empire, and then Terminator 2, and outside of that, I mean, Die Hard 2 is a significant drop off.
I've seen Die Hard 2, but it's like
if
I saw it, it would be the same thing with Minority Report. Going like, I remember
this.
Oh wait, I
guess Lethal Weapon 2. They're both really good. So you could put
all the Lethal Weapons are they can blend together.
I would want to say Mission Impossible, but I think the 3, 4, and 5 are so much better than 1 and 2. So I mean, the Terminator has to be in the first two have to be, but then after 2, it's a significant drop off in quality. As much as I still,
it's not that bad.
You know what? I thought that, and then when I watched it the other night, it did not age well. Like when they.
So wait, let me get this. I've been arguing that Terminator 3 stinks. I finally agree with you, and you go, actually, you were right.
Yeah, there's some things I like about it. Like there's some really cool stuff, but Nick Stahl as John Connor is terrible.
By the way, I'm losing track of who's John. Like they have a different actor in every movie.
Yeah, and I don't know who's playing him in the new one they're making. Yeah, but
is Arnold in it?
Yes, Arnold's in it. Actually, I really like the most recent one. Genesis was actually pretty cool.
I didn't see it because they spelled Genesis wrong.
Well, it wasn't Sega Genesis. It's different. It was its own system, Genesis.
Whatever.
No, it was cool though. Amelia Clarke played Sarah Connor. Who was John? I don't even remember who John Connor. Oh, I do now. It was the guy from Rise of the Dawn of the Apes. Clive Owen can't just be in everything.
Well, he should be.